Welcome back to Adventures in Reach. Do you ever just question whether you can do a trip with dogs? Hopefully we'll show you how to manage a bunch of dogs in the woods. We've got the pack with us again, so the 5 adult dogs and then the new puppy, and you probably saw him in the last couple trips, but we're gonna be backpacking here, just doing an overnight, and yeah, we'll show you how we manage it all. We're about to duck back into the woods. We're going to show you a couple things. Not going to lie, it is a little frustrating starting out with 6 dogs when they're high on energy.
3-year sled dogs are learning not to pull one on a leash, so it's a little different. On Olga, we have here, I just had learned this when I used to work at a vet clinic. It's a loosely looped line around their abdomen. With the abdomen being more sensitive, they learn to regulate their own pressure on the leash. And she actually isn't pulling hard at all, and it ends up when they transfer to just a leash on their collar, she knows not to pull then as well. And we have Toss as well going, and then Hatch with a pack for the first time has been doing well and just slowly pulling since that's new for him, so not too hard.
And then we have the puppy Free over here, as well as Jenga, the grizzled veteran, and the puppy. And then Midnight is on the leash over here, but he seems to have a tendency to wander in general. So, but yeah, just keep them on leashes at first and doing that loop, you know, just while they get their initial energy out, and then we'll see. We might let them off later, but there were a few cars in the parking lot, so we were trying not to let them just run rampant to start with. Heading down into camp, apparently marked by this arrow. All right, so we made it to camp. You might have noticed that at least Midnight was let off the leash, so after they kind of got their zoomies out, they were, you know, he was able to just kind of be called back pretty easily. Sled dog stayed on the leash, but that's really just because there were other people. We know there's other people out here, although we didn't see anyone. So. What are the big dogs doing down there? What am I doing?
So you may wonder, Matt's always talking about his own adventures, but this is camping antics. Matt really is a kid at heart.
What a nutcase. Dang, you're pretty dirty. The goal for setting up camp this time is we're going to try something new. We're going to have our hammocks and each have a tarp over them. And then we have a line where the dogs are going to be attached. And so we'll have a group of dogs under each of us, under our hammock. So we'll show you the setup. When we did the 6 dogs in the canoe, or the 5.5, we slept with the pads on our hammocks underneath our sleeping bags. Now, I realize the ideal thing is to have that underquilt, and then you don't have to worry about the pad shifting in the night. But we don't have those at the moment, or yet, or whatever. And so what I'm going to suggest, because I've done this before, if you've seen my hammock camping video where I was sleeping 50 feet up in the tree, I did this just so it wouldn't fall out in the night and, you know, I wouldn't be able to retrieve it. But I'm going to do it again where essentially you just take your pad and stick it inside the sleeping bag. And I kind of tested this at home to make sure that it would fit in here and I'd still have enough space. Yeah, this way it stays with you. This is a pretty thin pad. It's like a 3-season Thermarest. This is a ProLite 3, and it's not that thick, doesn't take up that much space. And then essentially, you know, I can move around just like normal. I'll still have the insulation like normal, and there's no additional cost for getting that underquilt. And so if you're looking to get into hammock camping and you don't have the money to spend on the underquilt, then try this out if your pad is moving around.
Hello.
Alright, so we're out collecting firewood, just starting to collect firewood for the night, and mentioned we would give you some more tips on how to go camping with several dogs. So one thing that we do is we play this little game where we hide on them, and so we make it where they're trying to stick around and look for us and follow us instead of us constantly calling them back. So right now the dogs kind of went up there, so we're just going to kind of run off into the woods and hide, and then we'll call their name and just wait for them all to find us. Here we go.
Seeker, come!
Seeker is a puppy, and we really want him to learn this. There he comes.
Good boy!
Oh, you found us! Yeah. 2 quick things. I noticed that there's only about 10% of my viewers subscribe, so I invite you to subscribe if you're watching these videos. And second, welcome to my new Teespring store called Attacking Life Apparel, where I have hoodies and t-shirts available with various outdoor themes. So if you're interested in giving a gift or buying one for yourself, check the link in the description. So here's a couple examples, including Adventure Buddy. I'll be outside, my favorite type of fishing, for some sailing ones. Didn't flip. Let's hang out for hammocking. Life's an adventure. Hang in there. Don't be a square, and need not be knotted. So check them out, and like I said, the link will be in the description. Another thing to think about for keeping all of your dogs together, we're in a peninsula, right? So we've got water on, you know, well, 3 sides, and so we know anytime they head in that direction that they're contained, they can't go very far, and so then we know if they're heading past our tarps and stuff that we need to start kind of listening for them. And so that's really helpful. And then when we canoe, we aim for islands as well. So if we can camp on an island, again, we just let them run and it doesn't really matter that much. We just kind of check the campsite at first so that there's not a bunch of you know, food or tinfoil, or actually there was a sponge here that Seeker was just running around with. So, you know, we try to find all that stuff first. She's so tired. Gosh, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask anyway. Did you? Look who's in the kitchen.
All right, so I want you to pause the video right now and then go to the comments and comment with how old you think this dog is, okay? I'm gonna show you the close-up of his face.
This runs in his family. This is genetic. All on the face since he was 6 months old. He got the gray. His dad Fuzz and his grandfather Gunny has it too. They also have all this fletching as well in the front and on the feet, where it makes them look older too. But his brother doesn't have it, who's completely black as well.
All right, so another way to keep track of all your dogs, if you decide to do a trip like this with multiple dogs, is you can use a picket line. Now, this is, you know, show them this. So it's kind of a mess at the moment. It's just strapped on the pack before, but this is a dog sledding thing where, you know, you can just, you just tie this between a couple trees and they each have their own clip. And obviously it's a little heavy for backpacking, but you could certainly make a smaller version of this. And yeah,
and
this just
one's homemade.
Oh yeah, okay, so this one's homemade, yeah. And so you can look online at dog sledding sites to get directions for how to do this. Yeah, just some cable and clips and all, and then some rope on the end. And so that way there's going to be hopefully like 3 of them under each of our tarps. So we'll have 3 there and 3 here, and so they'll be, you know, under cover, and we will know where they are when we're sleeping. Hunting for chipmunks.
It's me and the boys.
Hatch is trying to schmooze. Seeker, the pup, is curled up. Another way to keep your dogs around is to keep them hungry. I don't mean starve your dogs, but what I do mean is that when they're looking for their food, they're obviously there kind of waiting for it. And so they were let off their picket line this morning, but since they were hungry, they're all sticking around. For more dog adventures, click the playlist link that you see on your screen now.